And on to the semi-finals we go. 4 more matches left for you here on Ultimate Pool TV tonight. We've got the 2 semi-finals of the British Open. We'll also have the Women's British Open final, and we will have the British Open final. I'll keep you up to date on all the plate events and the amateur event as well, but our focus will be here on the British Open. And I think, fair to say, we only know 3 of our 4 semi-finalists, of course, but Bedford versus Mccullough in the first semi-final. Sean Sharkey versus either Sean Story or Callum Singleton, who are in a hill battle right now, 5-5. The winner of that will play Sean Sharkey. But the 3 that we know have made it through would not have been too high on too many people's lists at the start of the weekend. Just shows you the depth in the pool world. New professional this year, after a great season on the Challengers last year, Mccullough making waves already. And he's in with a good chance here against Cole. As Tony has rejoined me on commentary for this one. And I think I'm being fair to say that, isn't it, Tony, in terms of, you know, Cole, Rab and Sean wouldn't have been too high up on the list, although Cole's been here before, but you know, just shows you the depth we've got in this game.
Yeah, it does indeed. Is like this morning when certainly some big names got skittled out, like Tom Cousins and Craig Waddingham. Melling fell then along the way. Now Jordan Shepherd has departed as well. But yeah, it's going to be one for the new boys.
Yeah, Callum Singleton wins the deciding for him against Sean. We would have a new champion in terms of a new pro-level champion. Cole's been to a semi-final before. Callum Singleton's been to a final before, but Sean Story, the only player left in the competition that is a previous pro champion.
Well, he didn't make that second yellow, or the yellow that when he potted the red, should I say. Stayed over the bag, and that's caused the hiccup for Rab. So chaos. Cole Bedford comes to the table with all these yellows within easy access. I think just play the plant now, if not into the middle, then the plant, and then the 2 balls in the centre of the table. Be handy to pot them both here in the same shot. That's what he tried to do. He'll get rid of the one over the bag next.
Slightly overdone that one. All the room in the world. I'll swing round for the 8 ball.
And this simple 8 into the bottom corner. And Cole Bedford will continue on his journey.
Yeah, good start for Cole. Rab tried to take on a tricky finish and impose himself here on the semi-final. Wasn't able to take it out though. Still, no update on the Sean Story Callum Singleton match. Now still all square, 5-5. also have the final of the British Amateur happening right now. They're currently in frame 3. Darren Hope is 2-0 up over Leo Fernandez. And we already know our final for the Women's British Open, which will come up in a couple of matches' time. Kirsty Davies will take on Mary Talbot. A good break for Rab, but nothing drops. Hit them really well.
That's exactly where he wants to put the cue ball after this next shot. We saw him point. So just get the other side of this yellow, leave himself a nice angle on the red to come downstairs. That's perfect. And you'd like to think now that this is going to be 2-0. A dream start once again for Cole Bedford. Bursting out the blocks.
Is that okay? I don't think so. Reaction tells us he's not on the one bottom left, and you can see they're not on the one bottom right either. That couldn't have gone much worse. Didn't need to do that, but I mean, it still couldn't have gone worse, could it?
I'm surprised he went anywhere near that ball there. And if you are deliberately going into that ball, then you want to go in with a heck of a lot more pace than that.
It's going to give away a foul as well, not hitting a cushion after contact, which makes it even worse because the yellow by the 8 ball and then the one on the bottom are actually slightly tricky if you have to work a finish from where the cue ball's left.
Extension goal.
Okay, this yellow does pass to the bottom right. I wasn't sure if it did. Still got to get on the one at the bottom. With this passing, Tony, are you surprised he doesn't just put himself ball in hand perfect on the one at the bottom?
I'd have done exactly that, yeah.
Yeah, you could, because now he's a little straight on this. If you put the cue ball the other side of the red and then you just float up middle of the table, and that one that he's just played is your perfect last ball for the 8 ball.
I agree. He felt he'd leather that in along the rail.
Yeah, but the 8 ball, assuming it doesn't pass the red to either bottom corner pocket, he's taken off with ball in hand, taken off the best ball to play on the 8 ball with. Very surprised by that. I mean, it's not going to cause a major problem simply because you only have to get underneath the 8 ball right or left centre, more likely right centre, and he's got perfect balls for that.
Yeah, well, I agree, because you leave that till last and you just pot that. If you get anywhere near straight on it, you just stop the white dead and have the black in the middle.
I guess the only thing I can really think is that he was thinking that because it wasn't full pocket. You know, maybe it was half tight, and if he got slightly awkward on it, maybe then it became a trickier ball. But it looked like he had pretty much the majority of the pocket when he played it.
He'll have his reasons.
Well, of course. No, I find that the decision making in this game fascinating, and I'm surprised that he went that way.
There you see, he's plumb on this yellow to bring the cue ball down beneath the black ball and have the black in the same pocket, I suggest, as this yellow. when it looked like Cole was going to burst into a 2-0 lead, made that mistake, and Rab capitalises.
Yeah, very good way of punishing the error. Let's see if there's any update in the Sean Story match with Callum Singleton. No, still locked at 5-5. They're in a real tactical battle. Unfortunately, they're not in a room where we have a camera, so we can't show you how things are going. But that match is, well, it's been going since 5 o'clock, so they're into 2 hours and 10 minutes now at 5-5.
Yeah, the only thing I heard was it's actually Cole, funny enough, just before he went into the arena, and he said they're 5-all in there. He said, "You want to see where the balls are? They're all on one side of the table." He said they're just tapping into them. It's a real mess of a frame.
Well, we've only got half an hour left in this match, and they're on next, so maybe there's a delay coming. It's quite incredible the length of time that match is on for. We'll keep an eye on it, of course. As Cole hits a good break.
Yellow balls in play.
Well, I hope he finishes before the end of this match, that's for sure.
Could be tight if it's that bad. Horrible little shots, those jabby when you're close to it, trying to get the cue out of the way because the cue ball's flying back at you. He's dealt with that well. One more good positional shot down the table to connect all these together. Could be plain sailing. One more good positional shot, and he hasn't got it.
The arm's in the air.
Yeah, that wasn't the best. He still should be okay. He's got to go up the table. But at least he has an angle where he should be able to pull back behind his next ball.
Nice pot. He's got himself back in decent position. Be very eager to erase the memory of the frame before and not add to it.
Bedford gets himself in front again. He won't be surprised, considering that was only a 90-second clearance, that there has been no movement in the other semi or other quarter-final rather. Sean Story and Callum Singleton. There has been a frame in the amateur final though. Darren Hope now 2-1 in front of Leo Fernandez in the British Amateur. Getting towards the latter stages of the plate event. Tell you right now in the semi-finals, Andrew Patchett is 3-1 up over Alex Bailey. That's in the bottom half of the draw. In the top half of the draw, they're still at the quarter-final stage. Adam Murray is 4-2 down to Ronan Fay, and Rob Chambers is 2-2 with Sean Ash.
Yellow balls in play.
Knocked that out quite gently. Thought he might put a bit more into that, Rab. Think he might have to go in again.
Well, the right hand one of the two together passes to the bottom corner, I think, is what he's thinking. If he could get just left of straight on it, then he can drop it in and the other yellow goes bottom left. So I think that was the plan, but he just got a little bit too deep on that one.
Attention call.
Gone past that again, if that was the plan. Too far, almost back to exactly the same spot.
What if you can just dribble this in and hold?
Oh, missed it on the thin side. And he did just hold enough as well. And he held enough with it, missing it thin. If he makes this centre pocket, then he holds easily. Cole thinking also turn. Top down, cue ball, bottom right corner. He's straight enough on that to play the shot.
I think that's exactly what he's looking at.
He's going the other way, pulling it right back.
Ooh, don't like that. I do not like that. That yellow goes in the bottom left-hand corner.
Well, if it does, I mean, I can't believe he's played it.
No, you had to say what you did. Do what you say.
Yeah.
Play the top spin and get down behind the red.
I mean, if it's incredible choice of shot if this goes. I mean, it must do because he's playing the pot. Well, maybe it was tight. Maybe Cole felt it went and Rab didn't. But even with that, miss from Rab, it was still, I think, a poor choice of shot from Cole because he's put a red dead on the left-hand side. Whereas if he plays the shot the other way around, he's got a ball over bottom right corner and everything else goes. And that's an excellent shot.
Still tough to get on this, or pot this red and get out. He's not even bothering. He's going to double this back across, and I don't blame him.
Slightly careless from Cole to leave that on. It's been a little bit fortunate that hasn't worked out better for Rab.
Yeah, Rab's seeing if he can get this yellow into the side, the bottom railing off the red. I think if you can play it sort of check downwards a bit aside. There you see he's putting the side, he's going to try and straighten that yellow up so it goes into the cushion and then into the red. Try and put it in that corner pocket. Oh, he's got it clean.
Oh, what a shot that
Wow.
is. Wowee. Brilliant from Rab Mccullough. What is this routine 8-ball? Tie the scores up.
Sorry, mate. Sorry about that.
Cole was moving on Rab's shot. Lots of apologies in the air. Rab shooting that straight towards Cole's position. So I think at times Cole doesn't quite know what he does. He's very emotive, isn't he? Very much would have been frustrated with himself and probably head in his hands. We couldn't quite tell from our vantage point, but I don't think there'd have been any malice in that from Coley. And yeah, there's all good between the players out there.
No, yeah, Cole would never intentionally try and put an opponent off. It's just, yeah, he's quite quick to display his emotions when he's out in the arena. Wears his heart on his sleeve, probably more than anybody else in the pro game in Ultimate Pool. Like you say, Simon, they're having a good old laugh about it. So Cole Bedford breaking off frame 5 with the scores locked at 2 each, and that looks like a dry break for Cole. Head in hand, and well, there you see the look. So Rab with first dibs at the colour. He's going to choose reds. And that's nicely played. Everything right in the middle of the table. Everything is free and clear.
Next shot should unlock the key. Just drop this in, find the gap, and everything should be drop-ins from there on in. Find the gap. Ooh, he's not perfect. Oh, I suppose if one goes bottom left, he's good. If he has to go right centre, the cue ball's working hard. Oh, the difference one turn would have made it absolutely routine. Recovers pretty well there.
I think that little rub on the ball there on the way down has actually helped, because I think if he didn't have that, he'd have had another roll on that ball and been probably stuck behind the other red. Nicely struck shot there by Rab Mccullough. He's going to get his nose in front for the very first time in his semi-final.
And he does indeed. Gives us an opportunity to update you on the scores in the other side of the draw, quarter-final. It is still 5-5. They're now up to 2 hours and 22 minutes for that match, and they have been 5-5 for a long, long time. Sean Story and Callum Singleton, that is. Of course, Sean Sharkey, we already know he is waiting in the final. Ronan Fay has completed a victory over Adam Murray, and he will play the winner of Rob Chambers and Sean Ash in the semi-finals of the plate. Alex Bailey and Andrew Patchett are already locked at 3-3 in their semi-final. He's got a huge break, hasn't he? Really gets through the ball well.
Yeah, it's a big break. And that's the foundation that builds a lot of Rab McCullough's wins. It's a beast of a break.
Extension call. Red.
Just calls the extension. Doesn't get the rest.
Yellow ball.
Not exactly what he wanted. This shot can go wrong, especially from hampered cueing. Yeah, has gone wrong. It's hard. He's trying to focus on getting the gap and making sure those reds weren't in play. Poor mistake, really. Rab was in prime position there and he knows it. Some mistakes are bigger than others, and that could be a very, very big one in this match.
Cole taking on a double there and missing it. So it's given, well, probably less than half a chance. It's a chance all the same though.
I think Rab played that off the jaw, the cue ball. If he did, it's very clever to get it into a safe area. I mean, I know he's clutching at straws, really. He's a big second favourite for the frame, but to not leave an easy red on from where he was quite impressive. Obviously, he's left him in trouble the next shot, but when you've only got 2 left and your opponent's got 6, you are just trying to cling on. Oh my, oh my, what a fluke that is. He's snookered himself on the next ball, but one step closer to a miracle clearance. That was always worth a double, wasn't it? You wouldn't want to play that straight in the centre.
No.
Wide open then for Cole to make it 3-3 in his way. If Cole does go on to make the final, and obviously who knows beyond that, no one will have deserved it more than him today. He's knocked out arguably the 2 big favourites, certainly 2 of the top 4 over the course of the first few rounds, knocking out Tom Cousins first thing this morning and Chris Melling a couple of rounds ago in a deciding frame. Really has had to work very hard to come on through. Tom Cooney and Christy Colfield also been taken down by Cole. He has Rab McCullough next in his sights as he decides to leave the arena. Tony, what do you think the score is in the other quarter final between Sean Story and Callum Singleton?
I'm going to guess at 5-all.
It's still 5-all. And they are 1 minute away from a 2.5 hour match. Which, let me ask you this though, is that a big factor? So let's say they finish, let's hope they finish in the next 20 minutes, so they're done before, essentially in time to play here for us. How big an advantage is that for Sean Sharkey, who's been chilling around, probably had some dinner, relaxing, waiting to play in the semi-finals?
Absolutely huge, I'd say. When Sean came out of the arena after he had his interview with JMO, I said, well done. And he said, right, I'm off to my room. I'm going to chill out now, put the TV on, just lay on the bed for a minute, mate, have a cup of tea or something. And he said, get yourself ready, and I should appear ready for my semi. And I said, the other match is still going on. He said, yeah, I've heard of that, yeah. He said, good.
Yeah, hope they keep going, yeah. We are very close to having our first champion of the day in the plate event for the women's event. Barbara Taylor, who was all at sea yesterday in the group stages and the opening day, has got herself through to the final of the plate. And she's currently 3-1 up over Dawn Wright. Not what Barbara was looking for this weekend when she arrived, but if she was able to take down the plate, some confidence from that, no doubt. And she's certainly been playing low on confidence of late.
Well, she's played so much pool in the last 2 or 3 months. It's ridiculous. She played in Malta in the Europeans. Then she came back from there, went straight to the county finals in, I think it was in Suffolk somewhere, or Norfolk, and straight here. So she's had a busy old run.
Yeah, plenty of pool and doing lots of organising behind the scenes as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. She does do a heck of a lot of work in that respect.
Just checking in on the scores of the amateur final. Currently 3-3 between Leo Fernandez and Darren Hope. There is the Black Edition Smart Rack, available from the Ultimate Pool shop. That is the very quiet arena now. See Barbara there in the background.
Rob Chambers in the red shirt. I think that's Ronan Fay.
No, I don't think it's Rob Chambers.
Is it not?
No. I will, 2 seconds.
That is Rob Chambers.
That's not what the scoring says.
Well, I'm just saying. One of my buddies.
It's Rob Chambers.
Yeah, I was about
You
to
were
go,
correct.
I was about to go at them and drag him in here just to prove it. I say, here he is.
Yeah, you were. I mean, I believed you. I was looking at. I know Rob really
I'm
well.
not so sure you did believe
Yeah.
me. I think you were trying to second guess me there.
No, yeah, Rob's just come through against Sean Ash in the quarterfinals of the plate event. He's about to get underway. That's the first frame against Ronan Fay.
I got 2 out of 2 there as well. So that was Ronan Fay
Yeah.
as well. I'll get the double.
Well, you could see his face, which helps. I think what we're getting at, Tony, is your knowledge of Rob Chambers. The back of Rob Chambers' head is better than mine.
pretty good, it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Can't miss the back of Rob Chambers' head.
Grimace from Cole. He has not got where he wanted to there. So he still has a shot on though. He does let us know how he's feeling out there. Even when he's in a reasonable position, he'll get frustrated, and that tells us it's not what he was trying to do. Well, he's probably a little bit surprised he hit that gap.
I was surprised he hit that gap.
Probably didn't want to, in all honesty. It shouldn't cause him an issue though.
In an ideal world, he'd have loved to play that yellow that was over the bag there and just screw straight up the table. But I think because of various little things that have gone wrong here and there, he's refused it and thought, I'll take it last because I can't fail to be on the 8 ball. At least I'll have a shot at it. And that's pretty good. Yeah, he'll have that.
Bedford back in front. Update you on the score in the other quarter-final.
It's a bit of movement now. It's still 5-all.
It's still 5-all. I'm really just so surprised. It's incredible, really. I was very much tongue-in-cheek saying that I hope they're finished in time to play the semi-final, which is due to start straight after this one when we had over 30 minutes on our match clock. But I'm now starting to be concerned that they might not be ready.
So on our match clock, we only have 12 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. Should that time be required. Of course, one of these players gets to 6 before the end of that clock. That will be it. Another big break there from Rab Mccullough. He's made a ball. So Rab chooses yellows, and they are all open. Really is nothing to choose between these two players at the moment. Toing and froing, they've each had a lead. But it always ends up back square again. And you feel that Rab Mccullough's going to take his level once again at 4 each and take out these yellows. This black ball now. This will see us go level once again. And in it goes, and 4-4 the score is here in Daventry. Just over 10.5 minutes left on the match clock. We are down to just a best of 3.
So I've been doing some roving reporting, Tony, whilst that frame was on. Apologies for my lack of...
I didn't notice you'd gone, actually.
You didn't notice. I wanted to know what was going on, and obviously they're playing in another room, so I wasn't able to go and see that. But you know, they are in there with referees, and apparently all 15 balls are on the table, and they're all in one corner. It's actually unbelievable. We talk a lot about international 8-ball rules, how it's just not possible to have frames of pool like that anymore, and yet it's happening. The very real possibility that the women's semi-final is going to be moved up to be our next match here on the TV table, and then we'll go to the second semi-final.
So if it continues on like that, so we could effectively be coming back in August to see if there's been a ball potted.
Yeah, it's a real shame we can't see it on our cameras. But apparently, yeah, all 15 balls are in the same corner of the table. And apparently there was a re-rack was offered by the referees, and neither player wants to take it, so they want to be here till tomorrow.
Extension call.
That's incredible.
Does it give you some good memories of times gone by?
No. No, it tracks back some bad memories.
When a good match used to be a 3-1 victory in 4.5 hours.
15-second shot clock now in play.
Well, when we did have referees for that, and this is going back in the day as well, it would only go so long, and then they would put a referee over there and say, right, if there's no attempt has been made to pot a ball within 3 shots each, they'd re-rack the balls and take away a colour each.
Yeah.
And you go down to like four reds and 4 yellows in a little tiny sort of triangle.
Probably not being thought of for international 8 ball rules, simply because it never happened. Well, I mean, here we are 5 years in, and with ultimate pool, and maybe we are seeing it for the first time. Or certainly, I've seen a couple, but very, 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 very rare. Anyway, back to our semi-final. Rab just needs to get high on the yellow to the centre to be able to get down the table. Somewhere there is perfect. And a very nice finish, very efficient from Rab Mccullough. He gets himself to the hill. He's up to 5, leads by 1. It won't surprise anybody to hear there is no update in the other quarter-final. Also in the plate event, Alex Bailey and Andrew Patchett in their semi-final are all square at 4-4, deciding frame there. Ronan Fay and Rob Chambers have yet to get underway. Oh, sorry, they're still in their first frame, I should say. Rab's thinking one of his big normal breaks. There's such a powerful break. And then roll them in for victory. Or will there be a twist? Oh, there could be a twist here, straight into the corner. How good's the layout now for Cole Bedford? Painful when you know it's your own fault, as it was there. Oh, it's not come out too kindly for Cole. Oh, he misses his cannon as well. Amazing, a ball in hand to have that happen. I've seen that a few times this weekend.
Yeah, we have indeed. Oh, look where he's finished now. Might be able to cut that yellow across into the bottom left-hand corner, the one that's stuck beneath the red. But it's looking a bit ugly. It's not even going to attempt it. He's gone to play safe. Well, might be a bit of mileage left in this frame as well. Not the sort of mileage that's going on in the other room where we are awaiting the result still of Sean Story and Callum Singleton.
Get a sense Cole wants to go for this. It's dangerous because it's a low percentage finish.
Has an angle now though. He can get across to the yellow and red off the ball over the bag. Refused it. I'll tell you what, he's going to try and play the plant. What he'll do is pot this loose yellow into the bottom corner, because if he plays a yellow that's near the middle bag, oh, he wanted a better connection than that. He could have played it half ball into the red, which would have planted the yellow into the corner, and the second yellow would have rolled over the bag. But I don't quite know why he played it so hefty. In the, ooh.
Oh, dangerous shot. And, well, he's been a little fortunate
He
with the way
has.
they finished. I do think that Rab can use the top right corner pocket here, but he doesn't have a great opener.
No, he's had a lunge for trying to win that frame there as Cole.
The double's in, so this opens it up. So Rab's in with a chance to go and win this frame. And whilst he eyes this up, we can update you. It has finished in the other quarter-final. Callum Singleton has won 6 frames to 5 over Sean Story. We will have a new professional champion today.
Just that yellow getting in the way slightly there for Rab. That's better.
Oh, he's got hand because he missed one of these earlier on in the match.
He did.
Almost identical.
I think it's the same pocket.
Same pocket, same everything, just wants to drop it in. Oh, try to punch it in.
Oh my word.
And that's given away the frame. I thought he was going to roll it in, you know. You've got to go the way you feel most comfortable at making it.
I thought he'd rolled it in as well. Shaking his head, and you can understand why. I think Cole had half put his cue in his case. And all of a sudden, we're going to a 1 frame decider.
What a huge let off Cole Bedford. He would have felt that was over. A big sigh of relief, and we're going to a deciding frame where all things are still available here. The clock could run out. We can have a 6-red shootout. One of these two players, if not both of them, are going to get an opportunity to win it. I can confirm that we do know our second semi-final. Sean Sharkey and Callum Singleton. All 4 semi-finalists have yet to win in the pro ranks with Ultimate Pool. We will have a new champion.
Everybody, final frames.
4:09. Cole Bedford with the break. Gets a ball. And the chance at first glance is glorious.
Wow.
Best layout of the match.
It's a good one, that's for sure.
Work it. Red left centre would be the perfect last ball.
Where's he going with the cue ball? It's okay.
Yeah.
You go to right centre. He's got to be bubbling inside now, because
It's just natural connections from
yeah,
here.
the opportunity's there for Cole Bedford to get into the final.
He's digging at that. I thought he'd roll through and go top right, left centre, and then straight in bottom right when he's on there. And from there, you're almost guaranteed to get behind the 8 ball. He is going up the table, so it's the same deal, just the other side of the yellow.
Yep. Just bring this back a couple of inches. Perfect. Just basically stop the white dead here. Play the one over the bag. Just come out across the table a little bit. A tap in the middle. And roll the black up into the top left. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. What a split to get at this moment.
Well,
He's
on
okay.
it.
He's okay. Head in his hands for a second. He would have loved an extra 2 rolls on it, but he's fine. Don't think he can slide behind the yellow. He's absolutely fine. So this 8 ball for a place in the final. And in it goes. The break clearance from Chaos. Cole Bedford books his place in the British Open final. Rand McCullough had a brilliant chance to get there himself in the previous frame, and once that's gone, Chaos Cole did the rest. He goes one further than he's ever been before. He's in the final.